Welcome. Today I wanted to just run through a short mobility sequence that you can use whenever you're feeling stiff in the lower body. I use this if I've been driving a lot, and also I use it as a really great preparation before I meditate. So if you would like to join me, sit on your mat with your right leg out in front and your left leg bent. This practice is not really a method, so I'm just going to invite you to explore different sensations in your body as we roll in and out of different postures. So start by facing your right leg and roll from the hip here in and out on the heel. We're looking to bring articulation into this hip joint. As you roll back and forth, gently begin to close the gap between your right ribs and your right thigh. And if you need to have your knee bent, you can also practice it like this. You really want to listen to how your body feels today. So ensure that you're not holding your breath. Allow it to come nice and fluid. And we're going to roll that leg inwards. Keep a small bend in the knee. And just gently lean forward over the thigh. You can see that I'm not reaching forward with my arms. I'm keeping everything back towards into the spine. So then my spine is actually leading. Move the head from side to side, drop the chin. Find the breath. Now roll that leg out. Lift up through the arch here, so the arch comes in. And then just see if you can come forward a little bit more. But the shoulders gently roll back down the spine. And the weight of the head also is dropping back and down through the hips. And then gently lift up. And now we're going to turn, so we're going to roll. We're going to roll over to face our left leg. And the back leg just bends a little bit behind. And now again we're playing with the articulation of this right leg. And now the left leg also. As you roll on the knee, see how I have my toe on the ground. I roll on my toes. I roll on my knee. And I get this beautiful articulation coming through the joints now. And again, just move with the natural limitations of your body. Please do not force or strain. Keep the chest upright rather than leaning too far forward, because we're looking for some dynamic tension inside of the hip there to really work through whatever tension might be there. And I'm just gently moving my front leg out whenever I feel there's a little bit more space. You can see how I'm softly rolling in and out of pigeon now. Drop the chin again, back of the neck long. Now as you roll in with the right hip, see if you can spiral up through the body and roll out with your left shoulder. And look over your left shoulder. And then roll out of it and roll back into pigeon to feel this spiral that takes you from your toe through your knee and your hip and then out, up over the left shoulder. take a moment here just to gently roll the hip back as well. So you might want to lift up a little bit and then tuck the hip underneath. Lift up, tuck the hip underneath. This ensures that we aren't compressing the lower spine, which is very easy to do in this posture. Let's try that one more time. A little bit of lift, tuck underneath. Shoulders roll back, drop the chin. And now very slowly roll over onto the other side. You can have your hands flat on the ground here. Just roll through the hips a couple of times because it's so nourishing for those joints. And you roll on the heels. Ensure the back of the spine, the lumbar spine, is nice and long. And then we roll over to face the right leg. Find some space in between the legs by moving the left leg back. Find your toes and begin again. So just start by feeling that gentle articulation of the left hip joint as you roll on the toes, roll on the knee, and then the hip rolls in and round. Check in with your breath. Please make sure you're not holding your breath. And you can see how I'm supporting myself on my right hand here. Now roll the right hip back. So the left hip rolls in and the right hip rolls back. It squares the hips a little bit more. But still we're working in and around the posture. It's not a static, fixed point. The shoulders are rolled back, the chin is dropped. The weight of the torso is rested back on the hand or on both of the hands, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Now we're going to roll a little bit out of the posture again. We're going to find that spiral again. So now from the left toes, over the left knee, left hip, and then up and out over the right shoulder. Beautiful spiral wave. Come out, rest out, and we'll go back in. Slowly, slowly, so you can feel the articulation of the joints and stay with the breath. Now we're here, take your hand, rest it on your ribs, rest the ribs back, lift up, tuck the tail underneath to ensure that the lumbar spine is not compressed. So explore what that feels like for you today, to be able to rest the front of the body back here with your hand. Lift up, tuck your tail under. Roll that hip backwards. And then gently come out. Now as we lift out of the pose here, we are going to turn to face the left leg. So leave the right leg where it is and gently lengthen the left leg and roll over to face that left foot. Bring the articulation into the left hip joint as you roll back and forward on the heel from side to side. Gently begin to close the gap between your left ribs and the top of your left thigh. Ensure there is a small bend in the knee, and if you need to have the leg up here, you can do that too. The whole body, the trunk of the body moves together. We're not reaching away from the body. The shoulders roll back and the spine leads the movement as you come forward. Now roll in and wait there with the leg. Drop the weight of the head down the spine so you're kind of leaning back into the pelvis. How does that feel for you? As you breathe softly, you can gently begin to rest down towards the ground. See how we're coming into the asana but not forcing it. We're riding the natural limitations of the body and the breath. Now roll the leg out, lift the arch up and through, and do the same thing. Shoulders roll back, head drops down, chin drops down. Body just rests under the weight of gravity. And when you feel ready, gently lift up and roll that leg back and forth one more time. And if you're still with me, we'll finish with wider angle. So bring your legs out to the corners of your mat. If you're used to practicing this pose quite wide, I invite you now to close the width in between your feet. And this just allows for this feeling of articulation that we've been finding. So let's practice that again. As we roll slowly on the heels, we gently rest the weight of the body forward without reaching. Shoulders are rolled back and down the spine. Drop the chin, and it's the ribs that are dropping slowly towards the ground. Check in with the breath. Small bend in the knee is helpful. Whatever range of flexibility you are, please work within those limits, knowing that it will change and open with time. Okay, now roll in and we're going to pause here. Feel the weight of gravity as it slowly rests you down. Notice your natural breath. Feel like you could just soften into that. Soften into the hips. Now feel like you could drop the weight of the head back through the hips. See if that changes anything. Now roll out, lift the arches up. You might need to come out of the pose a little bit. So the arches kind of roll in, little bend in the knee as the leg rolls out. So when we practice in this way, we're not really interested in what the pose looks like or how far we complete the pose. Instead, we're really interested in the intelligence of the joints and creating a practice that allows for the natural expression of the body and its relationship to gravity.